What's up, guys? So I'm out here in the shop and we got some parts in for the 68 Chevelle and I'm pretty excited about them. We bought a LS3 intake, like a stock LS3 square port intake, plastic. There's a plastic intake for it, and the intake sits so high that we're trying to be able to use a stock hood for it, so we can do away with the cow hood, because he just wants to get rid of that. So he wants to go back to stock hood. So we ordered a Phytech Low Pro LS3 square port fabricated aluminum intake for it, and it comes with fuel rails. And then we ordered a 102 millimeter throttle body for it, and then we ordered some Bosch 210 pound injectors. So I'm going to show you what we got here. So this is the intake right here. It's pretty darn nice. And then let me see here. Get one of these bad boys out. There's the Bosch 210 EV1 connector, and then there's the monster of a throttle body. That thing is freaking huge. And then get that out of here. And it just comes with, gasket, hardware, some threaded nipples, and then fuel rails. So yeah, so I'm gonna be putting all this on here, and here we go. What's up, guys? So been working on some stuff for the 86, and this is what we got going on. So when I did all the turbo stuff, I moved the turbo. So I did have the turbo drain running into the oil pan where the oil level sensor was. So now I'm going to have it ran into the valve cover, or not the valve cover, into the timing cover. So what's up, guys? So I've been working on the 86 a little bit, and as y'all seen, I redid the turbo hot side and where the turbo set and everything on the motor, or in the engine bay. So the way I had my turbo drain ran was I had it ran to the oil pan where the oil level sensor goes in. I just bought a little fitting with the same threaded into the oil pan. So I moved all of that, and so I don't really. So one, I really don't want to have to make a new line. I mean, it's not real hard, just buying up some more push lock hose. But why buy more hose when I have all the stuff to put it draining into the valve cover, which some people say is better, because where I had it, there was oil already there, so it's having to push the oil out of the way. And with this, it's just going to be like a free flow. Like, there's not going to be any oil in the way. It's just going to be open. Like, as what I'm saying is where on the oil, where I had it threaded into the oil pan, the oil level, like here's the fitting, and here's the oil level, So it's having to push oil out of the way, or it's having to push into oil. So the way I'm doing it now, it's just there's not going to be any oil there. It's just going to be like the timing chain and all that, so it's just going to blow oil in there. So this is what I've got so far. I got everything tangled up. So I just drilled a hole, and I'm just going to go weld all this up. I'm going to take it to my grandpa's shop, and I'm going to weld all that. So y'all are going to get to see me do my version of aluminum TIG welding. So here we go. Okay guys, so I thought I was done videoing, but I ran into an issue. So I welded that fitting into that timing cover, and I then realized, so I got home and I thought I better make sure it clears everything. So the only thing that would be in the way, or that this would be in the way of, is the oil pump. So I put the oil pump, I bolted the oil pump up on the old block, and it hit the oil pump. So what I did was, I'm going to try and show you all this. What I did was I just got in here with a cutoff wheel. As you can see, I hit everything along the way, but I just cut. Let me turn this down maybe. So what I did was I just cut that piece that was sticking on. I cut the fitting, I made it flush, and then I ground a little bit off as well, because if you can see right here, this is where the bolts are, and so, and they're like sunk in. Dang it, I got something in my eyeball. So if I ground that off, I'm going to ground a little bit off of the bolt. As of right now it clears, and that's without a gasket. But you gotta think, a gasket's like, I'd say, like literally the thickness of this putty knife. It's probably a little thicker than that. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ground a little bit of that bolt off, just a little bit, and mark it and make sure it gets put in that spot. I just want to make sure there's enough. I just don't want it to. I don't want to have a problem with oil flow. So I'm just going to take a little bit of precaution. And the bolt, it's a 10mm head, and you know I got enough to tighten it up to the torque spec or whatever of what it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to ground it off a little bit and call her good. I just wanted to show you all that, just so if y'all ever try and do this yourself, you're going to have that problem, which you would have figured that out. I'm just going to let you know ahead of time, so you know what to plan for and the tools you'll need. I mean, if I could have cut that off with like a Sawzall or a cutoff wheel, like put it in a vise and cut off with a cutoff wheel and made it flush before. That would have been a lot better, because then I wouldn't have cut into the timing cover. That would be ideal. If you're going to do it, that's the way I would do it. If I was to do it again, I would cut it off. I would have measured it, stuck it in the timing cover, measured it, and then cut it, and then went and welded it, and that way it would have been alright. And I probably would have went ahead and ground it all, like cut some off of it, ground down a little bit on it. But yeah, so that's it. So thanks for watching.